Hello everybody, Loki Magic's another day, another video, but today's video is all about this fusion event. Is this new legendary worth it or not? And if he is not worth it, are some of the epic champions worth it? So if that sounds interesting to you, check out this video and let's get right into it. Alright, so let's get into it. You can see right here the fusion event table or whatever screen, and we got some decent epics, but let's start off with the legendary champion, Gurptuk Moss Beard. Now, this guy has already been compared to Bad L, but not in a good way. Some people call him Tard L, Dim Beck, or Dim L, so I don't know. He's not starting off that good, right? Because his kit is kind of complicated. So let's talk about it real quick. Alright, so let's start off with his A1. So his A1's pretty cool. Attacks one enemy 2 times, places continuous heal buff for 1 turn on all allies under poison debuff. So his A1 is going to be very beneficial for you because if you have a counterattack champion, you can pretty much stack up a whole bunch of continuous heal. And this could outweigh the poison debuffs placed upon you by the champion on his A3, because his A3, no matter what, you can't resist or block it, places 5% poison debuffs on all allies for 3 turns, and also has 80% chance of placing block debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns. So in theory, you're going to be able to out heal the damages from the poison debuffs, right? And also you're going to get block debuff on the clan boss if you use it for clan boss. So this could be a very good, let's say, A3. It does have a huge drawback, but it plays off of this passive, right? So this passive, allies under poison debuffs inflicts 7.5% more damage all the way up to 30%, plus you get resistance by 15 for each poison debuff, right? So maybe some people might thinking, hey, I want to use this in arena. I wouldn't recommend it, but I could see why people would try to use it because of that resistance increase. But overall though, because of this poison, you're going to do more damage provided with some heal. So you can see how this kit is like, it synergizes in a weird way that could be very good. And let's not forget his A2. His A2 removes all debuffs from allies, then heals, removes all debuffs from an ally, then heals them by 30% of their max HP, and then places a shield. So you could see here it's on a 3-turn cooldown, right? So if, let's say, you book this guy up and get on a 2-turn cooldown, that could mess up your rotation on auto. So you might have to manual this guy. And I believe his AI, I'm pretty sure his AI is going to work in an interesting way. So we do have to test that out a little bit. So pretty much in a nutshell, this champion has a lot of potential. He's kind of like a Bad L, like we said earlier, but he's very different, right? Maybe Bad L and this guy could work together and it could be an amazing team composition. I am not sure yet. I'll definitely test that out. But if I had to pick this champ, if I was a mid-game free-to-play, new to this game, and you already have a Bad L, I would not go for this legendary. I don't think this legendary is worth the trouble because he's going to be more for high-end in-game players, which they have the resources, the books, the team compositions, the other champions, the other, the artifacts you need to make this guy great, right? So this guy is a high-end legendary. So if you're not willing to deal with that, I would not recommend going for this champion. So this legendary is pretty cool and unique. I'm going to go for him because I do want to test him out, but I really think that he is not friendly at all. He is a type of champion that if you build him, you're going to have to invest a lot of time, resources, build around him to make him successful. I'm pretty sure if you're new or a mid-game player, if you do pull him or you do have these champions to fuse him, then I would definitely go for it because he will help you out. But for him to be effective, for him to be really good toward the end, I think you really need to build around him, and you're going to need a lot of high-end champions and artifacts to just really bring him out. So if you're not willing to do that, I would just skip him. So with that being said, then who is worth it, right? Now I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, dude, this guy and this guy is complete trash. I would not even worry about him or them. But I would say this champion here, Catacomb Counselor, is pretty decent. I don't have this champion, so I can't really showcase him too much, but he's decent. Like if you need a champion that's going to help you clear out content, as in the dungeon, or potions or campaign, things like that, I feel like this champion will be very good for you. But if I had to pick one epic to pick out of these 4, it's easily going to be Umbra Enchantress. Now I do have this champion, and I'm going to showcase it for you right now and tell you why, if you don't have the champion, why you should go for her. Alright, so let's talk about her in the arena, because I feel like most people will get a lot of value out of her in the arena because she is really good in the arena. Now, she's not going to be top tier platinum or anything like that. I mean, you could. If you got insane gear, you could pretty much do anything. But for most people who get her, she is a solid tier 4 gold tier 4 champion. So let's check her out. So we're going to start off with Arbiter doing speed boost. Now I have Bad L here because he's my cleanser, and we'll talk about that there in a second. So you have two choices with this champion, right? You could do block buffs or provoke. Now I feel like most people use their A3 to provoke, but when she does that, yes, she does pretty decent damage. She provokes all the enemies and put unkillable on herself, so she could take the hits, right? So you don't have to build her too tanky, but also she gets this block skills for 5 turns. And this is why I have Bad L here, because what that's going to do, what he's going to do is allow me to cleanse Umbra, which will let me do her A2. So she could really mess up the synergy of other teams because she, you know, has a very destructive kit. And you can see that unkillable for 2 turns is keeping her alive. So she is a very effective arena champion. I think she's really good. So you can see right here, because of Bad L, we cleansed. Now we can do block buffs. Boom, right? Pretty destructive champion. So Umbra, pretty solid arena, all the way up to gold tier 4. Absolutely a must if that's where you want to focus on. Alright, so let's talk about her in dungeon content. Now, I know my team composition is pretty crazy right now, but that's not the point. We are doing Dragons 20, and this is one cool thing about her that I like, okay? So, yes, all these guys are going first, and they're doing a lot of damage, okay? So right now, if this is on auto, she's going to use her A3, and she's going to provoke everybody. So naturally, you know, they're almost dead, so provoking the enemy at this point might not be so beneficial. But the cool thing is, right, once you complete this round, you see that 5-turn skill block that she can't do comes completely off. And now, instead of provoking, what she could do is provide you guys with some block debuffs. So you can see that overall, she's very helpful in clearing out dungeons. And I think this is where you can also find a lot of use case for her. So if you need a champion for the arena, you need another champion to help you out clear content by, I guess, disrupting the synergy of your opponents when it comes to arena or dungeon, Umbra Enchantress is the perfect fit for you. So, all right, so let's wrap this video up. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video. Like, this fusion champion, I feel like it's tricky, very high end. It's almost like, do you really need to buy a Lamborghini, right? That's the kind of vibe this champion gives off. Yes, it's cool to have, but are you really going to drive it every day? Are you really going to use it every day, right? So that's kind of how I feel about this champion. But you never know, though. If you go forward to get this champion, absolutely get the champion, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. You never know what kind of team synergy this guy could bring to you. But in the meantime, though, if you're not going to get it, there are some solid picks out here. You have Umbro, you have Soulbound, you have Frozen Banshee, you have Bulwark, you have Ragemonger. You do have some solid choices to pick. Oh, I'm sorry. And you have, I forgot his name, Catacomb Counselor. So there are some choices here for you, and you don't always have to go for the most top end, most, you know, the most grand prize in all these tournaments and events. This game is very non-free-to-play friendly, and it does take a lot of money and resources to reach levels that most of these in-game players got. So who's really the smart guy? The guy who plays and have fun, or the guy who spends all this money on this game, and what do you really get except for bragging rights, right? So that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for all the support and subscriptions and subs and likes and comments. I do read them all, so I do appreciate it. And also Valar Gaming and Ali Plays, thank you for re-motivating me to make some more videos, because I'm not gonna lie, man, this game gets extremely boring sometimes. So, you know, I just kind of stopped making videos. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, liking, and let me know, should I keep making videos or should I just quit right now? You guys let me know that. All right, well, take care, be safe, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Catch you on the next one.